As many people are aware, Peter Paul Rubens was an artist from north of the Alps who represented the Baroque style of painting. Rubens was known for his skill at painting extremely dynamic compositions, as well as for the use of figures with especially plump or chubby bodies placed together to create such dynamic works. Here, our focus is pulled straight away to the faces of the two sleeping children. Looking at their faces, we see that their cheeks are rounded and puffed up. Their skin is tinged with bright red, and we are almost reminded of a tomato. The focus is narrowed down to only the faces of the children. In order to achieve this, the rest of the surrounding scenery is painted in a rough, or shall we say loose manner. Concerning the identity of the two children, Rubens had an older brother named Philip, and it is thought that these children belonged to him. However, this older brother would pass away in 1611 and would leave behind these two young children. Rubens and Philip had shared an extremely close relationship, and it is likely that Rubens felt strong affection for the children that his brother had left behind. This piece is actually a type of painting known as an oil sketch. It is ultimately a sketch rather than an actual painting, and it is thought that Rubens made it as a kind of preliminary design sketch. In other words, Rubens may have painted this piece on a personal, private level, in contrast to the paintings he made for official public showing. However, Rubens did not simply make this picture for himself, but reused the image painted here in later works. For instance, in the Alte Pinakothek Museum in Munich, there is a collaboration by Rubens and Jan Bruegel titled Madonna in a Garland of Flowers. In that collaborative painting, the Virgin Mary is depicted in the center, surrounded by a garland of flowers, and further yet by angels gathered around the edges. This style of composition was popular in the southern Netherlands at the time. Among the numerous angels that appear in this piece, there are two particular angels that have faces bearing extremely close resemblance to those of the two children here. Another example is the Virgin and Child surrounded by the Holy Innocents at the Louvre. Once again, there are faces that have been reused from this piece. This is similar to the way in which Rubens studied the art of his predecessors, making various copies of works that ranged all the way back to ancient times. Rather than simply copying from paintings that already existed, he took fragments of his own reality and put them to use in these other paintings. This piece here is an example that allows us to visualize how Rubens went about this creation process.